He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Say hi, what's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to VLOGMAS. And welcome to I Slept with My Best Friend's Dad. Listen, I know y'all looking at the title and be like, girl. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are some girlies out there who can pull a you on you, who can pull a you on you, and you can cheat on her, and she could go and date your daddy if he fine enough. But that's not what this is. That's not what this is. Y'all, I have a petty side, but I have boundaries. I have boundaries. I have boundaries. In spite of what you've been told about me, I do have boundaries in some cases. Anyway, so yeah, so let's get into it. So this was, ooh, I was out of high school, had been working for a little while, and this was in the midst of like the beginning of my mom being sick, right? And this was right after my mom my mom had left me. Like, my mom was taking everything from me. And let me not say my mom, let me say the people who was taking advantage of her sickness and who was feeding her. The last conversation I had with my mom, we were arguing. It was a family meeting, and we were arguing because people told her that I stole from her $20,000 to be exact, or I was stealing from her. And the whole time, I got receipts, still have them. That story time is coming. So be prepared. Anyway, so yeah. So around this time, like, my mom is taking everything from me. She had told Tyler to get out. She had once I had moved everything out, and she took my car from me, because at this point in time, like, my car is in my mom's name, as I told y'all before. Every car that I had up until it had been a while, I put my car in my mom's name because my mom got a better interest rate because she had better credit. So she had a better interest rate. If you know, you know. Like, why would I, pay over 30% interest when my mom can get 4.5? You feel me? So anyway, so I put the stuff in her name. And so when she got sick, people started taking advantage. When I tell y'all, people that's why when I tell you, like, when people say, oh, blood is thicker than water, no, water showed up a lot during this time, more than blood. And blood was doing some nasty backstabbing, diabolical gutter real talk. So yeah, so during this time, like, she had took the car from me, because the car was in her name, and they came and pick up the car. And I'm not gonna go into detail until that story time, but they came and pick up the car, and they left me stranded at Nia's house. And I had moved back because people were saying, like, hey, your mom is sick, something is going on with your mom. And I was back and forth at this time, and not, I guess, unknowing to them, because they were, I was taking advantage of my mom, because Tyler was there, but she wanted Tyler there. Before she got sick, she would call. She would say, I'm coming to get my boy. No matter where I lived, she would come pick up Tyler. It wasn't me calling her. She would call me to come get Tyler. I wasn't taking advantage of my mama. She was asking for Tyler, and Tyler wanted to be there. Tyler loved the country more than he loved the city. And I wasn't denying them that. So when she got sick, as y'all hear me say, those who pay attention to my channel, Tyler was a huge catalyst of us knowing, like, something's wrong, something's very off, because she didn't play about Tyler. And when she asked him to get out and never come back, it was like, yeah, something's going on. Something's very wrong. Because at this point in time, Ty was like 11, 10, 11, somewhere in there. So anyway, yeah, so she had did all of that. They had shut my phone off because my cell phone was with her because she had Verizon. You know, Verizon's like military, police officers, all those, they get a discount through Verizon. So my phone was on her account because she got discounts. And so they shut my phone off. Like, and like, ooh, I'm at Verizon literally with my mom. Like, that's gonna be in a whole nother story, which is why y'all can see why I haven't told her yet, because I get real ticked off and I want to be very clear in that story when I tell it, and not as emotional as I am, as you can see. But this kind of spins off of that. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah. So at this point in time, like, I call Wildin' Out and I'm like, listen, this is the stuff that's going on. I need a place to stay. Do you know anything? Or like, can you help me out with like a hotel or something? Like this, cause I don't have a job. I'm going back and forth trying, cause I'm in a different city trying to find a job. And like I said, she called and asked for Tyler. So I wasn't even tripping about Tyler being down there. Tyler going to school.
This is also the time, like I was homeless, sleeping in my car, like to finish school. I had like a month to finish school. So that was his original reason for going down there. And then I had ended up staying with, oh my God, what did I name her? Gifted. I ended up moving in with Gifted, like after I had finished school or whatever, and like kind of traveling back and forth to like mama house and stuff like that. But Ty was safe, like while I was finishing school, because I told her, like, you know, he can't sleep in the car with me, etc., etc. And like he ended up staying there.
Down there, like, I'm sending her the child support hit me. I'm sending her money, or I'm driving down on the weekend and I'm coming like to check on stuff or whatever. Like, and if I wasn't all the time, like, it's because at this point in time, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm getting calls from different people saying like something's going on with your mom. Like, you need to come home. You need to check. They were calling my sister more than they were calling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like, you need to find out like what's going on. So anyway, after they had did all of that, like, I had washed my hands of it. It was like at this point, like, y'all have left me stranded. Y'all done turn off my phone. Y'all done did all this BS. Y'all said I'm stealing from my mom. Like, I'm washing my hands. I've had enough. Like, I've had enough. I've taken enough abuse. I'm done. I'm done. Right. So I had hit up Wildin' Out. Wildin' Out was like, yeah, girl, like, I got, I got a house. So it ain't like the best of the best. I haven't really done all the upgrades and stuff that I wanted to do to it, but you are welcome to it. Like, you're welcome to it. You got to go get the key from my grandma. And so I know of her grandma. Like, I know of her grandma. I have a story time about her too. I know of her grandma, but not like that. Like, you know how sometimes like the older people, they know you like when you were little, or they know your parents, and so it's like they kind of correlate you with that. And it's like, you don't know me. I'm a grown woman now. Like, you don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? You know of me. You know my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in time, my grandmother has already passed. My granddad's passed too. Yes, my granddad has already passed. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know of these people. So anyway, so I go pick up the key, and Wildin' Out had explained to me, she was like, listen, it's my house, but it's on my grandmother's land. So, kind of tread lightly. Cause those who know and those who get it, if you get it, you get it. You know, when it's older people are set in their ways and they feel like because they own stuff or they do stuff for you, they can control you, they can, you know, con- control how you move. And that's not how this works for me, because sweetie, the only thing she had asked me to pay was the light bill. And so she was like, the water's connected to like their house. So I asked them like, what you want to do is what they want you to do as far as the water. And I asked her uncle, and I was like, hey, how you want me to go about like the water situation? He was like, oh no, you good, you good, you good. Oh, okay. I always try to ask to cover my butt, because I know I know how y'all do. Anyway, so yeah, so during this time, like, I'm trying to figure out, Nia's husband had put in a good word for me at his it was his main job, but he knew some people or whatever. So at his main job, he was like basically had put in a good word for me. So he was like, hey, I got you a job. He was like, it's not something that's like 40 hours. He was like, but if you do good, it's a possibility like they could give you more hours depending on like the government. Because basically, where it was you had to have a certain government clearance. Like he was like, it's gonna take you a long time to go through the clearance because it's a federal campus. So I was like, yeah, cool. And I'm cool with it because it was like, that's going to look good on my resume, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with that. So he was like, you go and you do good. Like, it's going to be whatever. And I was like, okay, but how I'm going to get there? Because here's the thing. They already left me stranded at Nia's house. So they took my car. And so he was like, don't worry about that. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. Just let me know whenever like you're on schedule. Now they used to put this schedule out, not weekly, but monthly. And sometimes if like a class happened to pop up or excuse me, you're sitting there, well, not sitting there, like you're standing there and they're like, oh, we need extras, you can like get an extra gig or whatever. Or if you do good, they start adding you on to extra roles, right? So I was like, okay, okay. He was like, just do good, and like don't go in here acting crazy or messing up or whatever, because this is my reputation. You know how when people speak up for you or like get you on, it's like, yeah, you want to make sure you're doing a good impression because it's like my name on the line, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, I got you. So this particular day, this specific day, Nia's husband, they couldn't let me, hold the car because where Wild Out's house was that me and Ty was living in was very far. It was farther than my mom's house. I don't think I showed y'all like where the old house was, but that we were staying in. But where my mom's house is, I've shown y'all that it's farther out. Like when I go to like my grandmother's house, it's like a road that you go down now. Like it's further like down that road. It's farther out from where the job was anyway. Like it was far. It was far. So I was like, how am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna get to work? So it was hard for me to kind of get back and forth to work. And then it's like, I need the money. I'm getting paid monthly. And then the pay was good, but if you're not getting put on the schedule, like you're not making no money. So let's just say the pay is $25 an hour, but if I'm only on the schedule twice for the month, that's $50, right? So the goal is to do good so you can just constantly be added on there, so you can like pay attention, like the instructors are giving you good recommendations, like so stuff like that. Oh, that reminds me of another story time about the instructor. Anyway, anyway, so yeah, so it was like that. So this particular time, like Nia and her husband, like they was like, listen, we have other stuff going on. So because Nia had her own truck and he had a car, and so they was like, yeah, we can't let you hold a car, because if it was possible for me to hold a car, like there would be times where I would just go to Nia's house and sleep on the sofa, so I could get to work and use their car and bring the car back, and then they take me home, stuff like that. Like we would work it out some way somehow, right? Because he got me the job, so it's like I don't want to mess up my name with you not showing up to work, so they would make sure that I can have a way to get to work. So now it's like, well, we have other stuff going, or I think they were going out of town. I don't know for sure what it was, but it was like, we can't do it this time. So you're going to have to find a way to work. So Wild and Out's dad stayed next door, right? So with him staying next door, it was like, okay, let me ask, because most of the time his truck was sitting, like just sitting in the yard. He wasn't using it. He had like a work truck, or he would ride with like his brothers, because they were commercial fishermen. So they would be to the river like down the street, like on the boat. So most of the time, like his truck was home. Like he didn't go in the city to a job. Like he didn't clock in for a 9 to 5. He's a commercial fisherman, right? So they kind of make their own schedule. That's the beauty of commercial fishermen. And then you having authentic, real, fresh seafood straight out of the sea. You can make your own schedule, and it's worth a lot of money, especially like when you're the supplier for the restaurants, and you know what I'm saying, like, or people just buying because we love seafood. We have like crab boils, oyster roasts, just to sit around and have a good time with family members, friends, period, right? So anyway, his truck was sitting there, and I was like, I'm gonna take a chance, and I'm asking at this point in time, like, I got a little money, and be like, hey, I'll put gas in it. I just need to get to work. Can I use your truck tomorrow? And so he was like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I was like, okay, so this is the time that I have to be to work. So, I'm gonna let like, this is the time I need to be to work, and then et cetera, et cetera. And so, well, lo and behold, Nia had called me also. And so she was like, what time do you get off work? And at this point in time, like, my assignment was over like at 2:30. And so she was like, oh, cool. So can you come? And at this point in time, Nia had a daycare. And so she was like, can you come and like watch the kids that's remaining, because I need to run some errands, and I'll pay you, and that'll be a little extra money. Which it was, because at this point in time, like, I'm trying to scrap up, do whatever I need to do, because you've taken my cell phone, you've taken my car, like, I had to find a way to like a place to stay, me and my kid, yeah. The whole point is, like, I just want to destroy her, is what I got from that whole situation. And it wasn't her, it was the people feeding her. Because at that point in time, again, my mom was sick. So it's all good though. It's all good. Karma show came back, didn't it? Anyway, so yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. So once I got off work, I went to Nia's and sat there with the kids or whatever, and was making a little extra money. So he had called, because at this point in time, I had went ahead and got my own cell phone, and this is the time where I went from Verizon to Sprint. So I went to Sprint because I miss Sprint. Sprint, the most you will pay for a deposit would be $100. So I had worked that out, got my own line, doing my own thing, minding my own business, my business minding me. You feel what I'm saying? And so he had called my cell phone, and he was like, hey, you where you at? You in town still? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm sitting at my friend's house in the city to make a little extra money. And I said, and then I'll be on the way once she come back, like, I'm watching her daycare kids. And so he was like, oh no, it's okay, I'm already in the city, so meet me here, because I need to run a few errands or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. So I met him where he was, moved over and in the passenger seat. And he was like, I'm gonna go to the school because his daughters had stayed after school. So his daughter stayed at the school. He went and go pick up his daughters, and we went back to the major city after I was done. Went and picked him up. We went back to the major city. He went, did his errands, riding around or whatever. We laughing, talking, nothing major. He's in the driver's seat. I'm in the passenger seat. The girls in the back. Nothing major, because he had picked them up after school. So we get back to the country, and he was like, oh, I need to make a couple of stops. So he made a couple of stops, and then we made this one stop at this store. No, we made this one stop at the cleaners, because I was trying to figure out how this stuff had got around. So before I go there, let me tell y'all backstory on Wild 'N Out's dad. Wild 'N Out's dad is a lover boy, lover man type situation, meaning he likes to be in love. He do. He love. He likes to be in love. He love having somebody to be in a relationship with. He is that type, period, right? Now, mind you, he got a reputation. He does like them young, legal, but young, because it was one point when we were just getting into high school. I was doing a sleepover with Wild 'N Out at her grandmother's house, because she wasn't staying with her dad at this time. And at this point, there was rumors going around that he was dating a girl in high school. She was 18. She might have just turned 18, but she was 18. She was over 18. And that people were teasing one another, especially on her bus, because we were just getting into ninth grade, and the girlfriend, her dad's girlfriend, was a senior, and they were both on the same bus. So when the girl got off, she was like, "See y'all, see you late." She was like, "Bye, out and out. See you later on the night." Like, they were literally dating. She was 18. She was 18, and I know for sure she was 18. I graduated when I was 17, and there were some people in my graduating class who were 18. So some people graduate a little late. Like for me, I was supposed to graduate in 96, but because my birthday was in December, my birthday being late, I had to be held back a year. Not like in grade, I couldn't start until the next year because I was born in December. I don't know if they still do that, but that's literally how it was. So anyway, so yeah. So it was like that going on. So it was like he likes them younger, like legal but younger. So let's say like he in his 50s, so he like them 30. Like right at the 29-30 mark. Right at the 29-30 mark, like he likes them younger. So anyway, so we pulled up to the cleaners, right? And he downs the window, he's getting his stuff out of the cleaners, and the what do you call them? What do I call her? Because I know exactly who it is, but it's like basically the clerk. So basically, like, yeah, the clerk was like, "Hey, what do I want to call? Hey, wilding out there. Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing?" And so she was like, "Hey, Angel." I was like, "Hey," and so she was like, staring at me, giving me a look. And I'm like, what's that about? Like, I pay attention and stuff, but a lot of times, like, I don't say nothing. I kind of just run it through my head later on and be like, okay. So I'm not paying nothing, any attention because I've known this man for a long time. As I stated, me and Wildin' Out have been in like fifth grade, sixth grade. We've been hanging out since sixth grade. So I've known this man since I was a sixth grader, not thinking nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not thinking anything of it. And that's the thing with the outside looking in type situation where people, y'all look at stuff or y'all look at clips and y'all take and run off like don't know nothing. Don't know nothing, but you looking at me like kind of sideways. And again, he had a reputation that he likes me young. So I assume you see me in the passenger seat and was like, oh, he like the young girls. They're dating because I'm in his passenger seat and the kids are in the back. So we look like a little family. Whole time I use this man's truck to go to work. And he met me in the city to get his truck because he needed to run some errands. Even though when I asked for the truck, like he said he had nothing to do, but hey, that's his stuff. Neither here nor there. I gotta be where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. That's his truck. That's the thing when I tell everybody, make sure you got your own, because baby, when you don't, people will let you know. You hear me? Anyway, so yeah, it's like she kind of gave me a look and it was like, okay. Like, didn't pay nothing of it. So we go home. I thanked him for using the truck, had already put gas in there or whatever. Once I had put gas in there, what you do with the gas is not my business. Once I put gas in it, I've I've held up my part of the deal. I've committed, fulfilled my obligation. If you run it out, that's on you. I'm not putting more gas in there after you run it out. That's on you. It's, yeah, not gonna happen. So yeah, so like I was done with it because I didn't have to work. It was nothing. It was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna chill out or whatever. So went home, minding my business minded me. So I would say like 2 days later, my sister called me and so she was like, hey, well, she texted me first. She was like, hey, when you get a moment, like call me. Now, mind you, I have Sprint and we are in the country. Mind you, Verizon is like the prominent source out there for like cell phones. They're the ones who have like the towers out there. So Sprint is not very good. Like you have to be in certain areas. And so like in the house, like I have to sit in certain spots. It's better for you to text me than it is to call me. But I know like the certain spots where I get good reception. And most of the time, like I just leave my phone there and I'm on my Bluetooth. Baby, I am a Bluetooth girly. Can't live without it. I don't know how y'all don't have Bluetooth. I don't know nothing about the AirPod stuff, but the Bluetooth, baby, always connected on the ear. So anyway, so yeah, like I would just put my phone in that spot and then walk around and be on my phone on the Bluetooth and still minding my business. So I was like, oh, okay. So I put my phone in the little, it's like literally on the sofa on the arm in one section, and called her and I was like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? And so she was like, I know you grown and I can't tell you what to do. She was like, but people are calling me and telling me that I should call you and warn you because they saw you with Wild 'N Out's dad. And I was like, okay. And so she was like, yeah, so you like I'm calling, to warn you because they're saying like he has HIV. And so I'm trying to put two and two together because it's like, what does this man? It's not funny, but I'm sitting there thinking because I'm like, what does this man medical status got to do with me? Right? And so I'm sitting here going, I was like, okay. And I was like, girl, I don't know nothing about his love life. And I was like, I'm a little confused on why you calling me and telling me I need to be careful. And so she was like, because like people are calling me and telling me like they see you riding around town with him, all over town with him.
Wait a minute.
I said, oh, okay. Oh, okay. I said, so because they see me riding around town with Wild 'N Out's dad, they think we sleeping together. They think I slept with my best friend's dad. I slept with my best friend's dad. She was like, I mean, I know you grown or whatever, so like nobody can really tell you what to do. And I was like, girl, I said, well, first of all, let's clear the air. I don't know if that man has HIV or not. I don't know his sexual status. I don't even get into his business. I said, second of all, he allowed me to use his truck so I can go to work because if I'm not mistaken, let's remember, y'all took my car.
You snake ass son of a gun.
So in order for me to get back and forth, I need to figure out a way to make sure I'm taking care of me and my kid. He allowed me to use his truck to go to work. I said, then he met me, pick up the truck because it's his truck. And we were riding around. I said, because he's my next door neighbor. Oh, I said, and I know who started this. I said, because we went to a certain spot and how she was staring at me, I understand now where you got this from. And so she was like, well, girl, it's all around town that, you're the next victim. You're the next young girl because, he got a reputation because he like I'm young. And, they calling me, telling me like, hey, you need to warn your sister, warn your baby sister. Like, yeah, she grown, but he got HIV and, she need to be careful. Well, first of all, how y'all know that man got HIV? How y'all know that? How y'all know that man's sexual status? And let me tell you, his how y'all know his status, honey? Because let me tell you, one thing's for certain, two things for sure. That man never stayed single. Like he always had somebody. Because you can have a healthy relationship being HIV positive. Even if that's the case, I don't even know the man's status. I don't know because I'm not sleeping with him. That's not my man. I used his truck because he allowed me to use it so I could get to work. Huh? Like, how is you cool? Like, hoes, is y'all cool? Like, what? I was like, it don't take much for somebody to see something out in public and run with it and go make up 11,999 stories. He came to the cleaners to pick up his stuff. And you saw me sitting in the passenger seat and you correlated to that, to me and him sleeping together with the kids in the back. So I was sitting there going, and y'all had time to make that up, but wouldn't spread around the truth. Wouldn't spread around the truth. So I was like, so let me get this straight. Y'all really believe that I am low down and dirty, that I would sleep with my best friend's dad? Now don't get me wrong. There was one point in time like I felt like he was a little tipsy one night, and I was at Nia's house, and he was sending me text messages, and he was like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Watching TV." And he was like, "Oh, are you lonely?" And I kind of had to check it because I was like, "Dad, what's going on? You good?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm all right." And he stopped texting because it's like, ugh. So, and to me, it was like, that's any man. Like, well, not all of them, but majority of them, they're going to try you to see. And that was way after, or maybe that was because he heard the rumors too. And he was like, "Was you know how some of y'all think you're accusing me of it. I might as well do it." But it was never that type of party. When you saw us in the truck, girl, you went and spread that lie around town and even had them people calling my sister who lived states away, multiple states away, actually 4, 5 states away, saying that I was sleeping with my best friend's dad and I should be careful. Whole time I'm just using the truck so I could get to work. No exchanges, no nothing. And I can't be mad on the other hand, because he had a reputation, so I can kind of see the assumption. But you know what they say about assumption? You always make an ass out of yourself when you don't know and when you don't ask. So anyway, but yeah, that's the story time of I slept with my best friend's dad. Y'all really thought I did that? Dang, you think so little of me. Anyway, I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.